All right, let's talk about something that might not be the most exciting topic, but I promise you it is absolutely one of the most important for any business owner. We're diving into public liability insurance, and trust me, it can be the lifesaver you never ever thought you'd need.
So let's just start with a really serious question. I want you to think about your business for a second. All that hard work, the late nights, all the sweat equity you've poured into it. Now, could one single tiny mistake, just a moment's oversight, bring that whole thing crashing down? It sounds dramatic, I know, but it's a very real risk.
Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you own a great little cafe, right? It's busy, the vibe is awesome. But in the middle of a lunch rush, someone mops the floor and just forgets to put out the wet floor sign. A customer walks in, doesn't see the slick spot, and boom, they go down. A simple, honest mistake that can happen in the blink of an eye.
So what's the price tag for that one little slip? You might want to brace yourself. We're talking about a potential cost of over $55,000. Just think about that number for a small business. It's staggering. And here is the truly terrifying part. If you don't have the right protection, that entire 55 grand, every single cent, comes directly out of your pocket, right out of your business's bank account. For most businesses, a hit like that isn't just a bad month. It's game over.
But what if there was a shield, a way to stop that financial disaster dead in its tracks? Well, there is. And this is where our business lifesaver comes into the picture: public liability insurance.
So what is this stuff exactly? To put it really simply, public liability insurance, or PL as it's often called, is your financial shield. It's there to cover you if a customer, a supplier, any random member of the public gets hurt or their property gets wrecked because of something your business did. And here's a key thing to remember. This isn't for your own property or your employees. It's specifically for claims made against you by other people. Okay, that sounds good on paper, but what does it actually mean when things go wrong? Let's go back to our cafe accident and break down exactly how this insurance would have handled that $55,000 nightmare.
The coverage is what makes this so powerful. A good policy doesn't just pay for, the obvious stuff like medical bills. It also handles any compensation the court says you have to pay. And get this is a big one. It also covers the astronomical costs of hiring lawyers to defend you, even if you end up winning the case.
Okay, so back to our cafe. The customer who fell, let's say their medical bills plus the wages they lost from being out of work, comes to about $25,000. Your policy steps right in and takes care of that.
But we are not done yet, not even close, because the legal fight to sort all that out, that can be wildly expensive. Your legal fees alone could easily pile on another $30,000 or even more. And again, that is a cost your insurance is designed to cover.
So you see what just happened? That whole catastrophic $55,000 plus bill, it's just not your problem anymore. It gets absorbed by the insurance policy. Your business is saved from what could have been a knockout blow. So we've figured out it's a critical safety net, which of course leads to the next big question. How big of a safety net do you really need?
You'll typically see policies for $5, $10, or even $20 million in coverage. And while $5 million might sound like a huge number, here's a little inside baseball for you. Many commercial leases or big client contracts will actually demand that you have at least $10 million in coverage before you can even set up shop or start the job.
All right, at this point you might be thinking, okay, I get it, but does my business really need this? Let's get into who absolutely should have this on their must-have list. Honestly, the list is pretty long. If you're a tradie working at someone's house, you need it. If you have any kind of physical shop or a gym or a cafe where people come in, you absolutely need it. If you're a consultant who visits client offices, or if you run events, you guessed it, you need it. Basically, if your business interacts with the public in any way, the risk is real. And sometimes it's not even your choice. This is a really important takeaway. A lot of commercial landlords or big corporate clients won't even let you in the door or sign the contract until they see proof that you have an active public liability policy. It's often a non-negotiable part of doing business.
So let's bring it all home. When you strip everything else away, what this is really about is protecting your livelihood, protecting everything you've built from the ground up.
We started here, and it's worth saying one more time. It just takes one slip, one faulty product, one unlucky moment to start a financial fire that could burn your entire business to the ground.
So in the end, public liability insurance isn't just another annoying expense. It's the essential safety net. It is the firewall that stands between a simple human mistake and a complete financial disaster. It's what lets you sleep at night.
And that leaves us with one final and I think pretty crucial question. Take a hard look at your own business, your own daily risks, and ask yourself honestly, is my livelihood truly protected?